Hey everyone, it's Victor here, and welcome to scotTRANS. Now, today we are talking about the risks of HRT. Last time we were talking about the benefits, the good things about HRT, but it's really important to analyze the risks and the benefits to kind of weigh it up and see if HRT is for you. It's good to do that about everything in life, really, so it's important we talk about these things. Now, I actually have a booklet here, and I forgot I had this. It was given to me at Sandyford's, a guide to hormone therapy for trans people. Don't know if you can see that there. And it has all the risks and the effects and everything. It's kind of an information booklet. So I can actually talk about the effects for estrogens as well as testosterone, which is good because I've been very uneducated about that side of things. So I will have more to say. The risks for taking estrogens are much higher than that for people who take testosterone. There's many more health risks involved with estrogen. I'm not sure why. Don't know if it says it here. It just says the most serious risks when taking estrogens are thrombosis, deep vein thrombosis. Wow, it's going to be another one of those videos, isn't it? Deep vein thrombosis. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I've heard of it a lot. I think it's something to do with your legs, swelling up, not working. I don't know, you'd have to look that up. But deep vein thrombosis is one of the major ones that is written down here for estrogen. Another one is stroke, which is quite serious. That is quite serious, actually. I didn't realize the severity of these risks. I think these are quite uncommon, I'm assuming. These are when you get a medication, it says, the serious risks are this, and then they have all the really, really terrifying things you don't want to read about. That's what it's like, I'm pretty sure. There's always risks to everything, so it's important to remember that when we're reading this out. The next thing is a pulmonary, I think that's how you say it, embolism, which says it's a block in the blood vessel in the lungs, which does not sound very nice. So that is the third on the list. It's a lot for estrogens, I didn't realize actually. And then there's also altered liver function that's written down here. I don't know the kind of reason why those are the risks, but I think estrogen in general is a more complex hormone. I think because estrogen plays a huge part in the creation of babies, when people get pregnant and estrogen comes in and increases the way your body can grow a fetus. I think the fact that estrogen has that power, that's what makes it so dangerous, because it is so powerful. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but that's me imagining that might be what it is. I don't know. But again, I'm just reading this out of the booklet. I don't have any actual real knowledge of this. Now, there is a word I'm not going to be able to pronounce for the risks of testosterone that's written down here, but let's give it a shot. Polycythemia. I think that's it, polycythemia, which is the overproduction of red blood cells, because testosterone does thicken your blood. That is the thing they always tell you, that it will thicken your blood, and some people say that increases your risk of heart attacks and heart issues, but it only raises your risk to that of a cis man. It's not ridiculously high. It's just the normal levels of a regular cis guy with testosterone in his system. That's just what testosterone does. It thickens your blood, so those risks are higher. Actually, it says here, the risk of developing complications from hormone treatment is relatively small and is less common if your general health is good. Thrombosis in trans women is more likely to occur within the first year of treatment, particularly if you are taking a hormone called, oh dear, enthenylestradiol. Enthenylestradiol? There are far fewer risks of thrombosis with Ostra, or is it Estra? I don't know. Estradiol, which is the product most widely prescribed for trans women now. Okay, so you can see that actually the risks are greatly reduced with the new hormone that is given to trans women. So those listed above are less common than they were in the past. Now, of course, there are medical risks that I've discussed there, but there are just general kind of I suppose you'd call cosmetic risks. For example, testosterone can cause acne, which I am experiencing currently. I'm getting kind of acne on my cheeks, which is where I got it on my first puberty, actually. That's generally just a puberty thing, getting acne, and it's to do with DHT levels as well as your testosterone levels. So if you have high DHT, dihydrotestosterone levels, that's also how well you grow facial hair as well, is how high your DHT levels are. So it can be a bonus as well. Growing facial hair probably means you're more likely to get bad acne. Also, with DHT levels increasing, baldness can occur, which again is a more cosmetic risk, which you can deal with. Being bald's fine. I think like pulling off being bald is great. I think when people get self-conscious about it, that's when it's not so great. But I think people that rock being bald, like, I think it can be a really good look. Another risk I want to talk about, actually, to do with my personal experience, is pain in the injection site. And I've been getting a lot of pain from my injection site. I had to switch getting my injections from my gluteal area to my thigh muscles because I had such severe nerve issues, like nerve damage. And it could be because I already had nerve damage issues in that area before. But it was absolute agony, and I still am suffering from that. So now I've switched to my thighs, but I'm getting issues with that too. It could be that it's virgin muscle just reacting very strongly to being injected. But I have had my injection in both legs now, and each time I have not been able to walk for about 3 days afterwards. My leg is actually, I have a hot water bottle on my leg right now because it's sore. I got my T-shot 3 days ago and I'm limping really badly. So that's important to take into account when you're thinking about injections and, you know, what method of taking hormones that you want to do, because yeah, injections for me, very painful. I may have to switch to something else, but we'll see. I can't really think of any other risks that I know of, but for me personally, I think these risks are worth taking. I think the positives greatly counteract the negatives. And I can't believe I'm actually considering just like not being able to use my legs just because I want to keep having injections and keep being on T. Because I would rather be on T and limp than not be on T. But anyway, make sure you watch everyone else's videos for this week and all the weeks in general. I always say that, but you know, if you haven't seen some of the videos, you might be missing out on some really good content, so I would recommend it. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday.